Gaming Tutor. Don't get me started on Teslas. Laugh out loud. First of all, they're awesome cars with some nifty gadgets and software hidden inside of them. But for $60, $70, up to $100,000 for a Tesla, well, that is a damn joke. In the UK, I believe the insurance is in Group 50, which is like the highest insurance you can have to get for that car. For example, my car is in Group 6. Quite a difference, and mine is only a 1.4-liter petrol. Supercars like the Ferraris and Aston Martins are also in Group 50. I'm all for saving the planet, but not if I need to be looked down upon for polluting because I can't get myself into more debt to look cool. It actually does remind me of the South Park episode when Kyle's family got a Toyota Prius and they moved to San Francisco, which ended up creating a massive smog cloud. The same thing is happening with Teslas. These internet celebrities who want to be cool make the brand into a cringe magnet. Do you have a Tesla? Well, yes, sir. Of course I do. Oh, excellent. Would you like to smell my freshly made smug fart in my new Tesla? Of course, good sir. Take your Tesla fast charger, bend over, and stick it where the sun don't shine. It's weird about the high cost of insurance. You know, you have the Tesla in this group, and it's also very expensive here in the States. Now, I've done some reading on why that would be, because I would think two things. Tesla actually touts the safety of its vehicle. And another thing why I would think the insurance would be low is a Tesla is almost impossible to steal. I think it's connected to an app on your phone. You know, being a future robot car, you would think that the insurance would be low because there's, unlike maybe a Ferrari or Lamborghini or, other people wanting to steal those cars. Believe me, a Tesla is a car that a lot of people would want to steal, but it's almost impossible to steal because you could find it. You could find it, plain and simple. I read here, high cost of repair, not so fast, says AAA. While the future may be sunny and bright, right now it says the Tesla Model S and Model X have a higher than normal claims history, and that both cars cost more to repair than other vehicles. Accordingly, it is charging Tesla owners more for insurance than it charges other drivers. Yes, that's the thing. When you look at a lot of these vehicles, I look at this, other electric cars, the tech in these vehicles, and the batteries specifically, when the batteries need replacing, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo, do a search for a battery cost on these vehicles. It's not a $100 battery you can go down and get at AutoZone, I tell you that much. All right? So, there's no liquids in the car. Yeah, there's positives with electric cars, but oh, those batteries, But yeah, as far as the insurance and what it is, I got a chart here I want to show you. Here's a chart of the upfront cost, maintenance, insurance, and fuel. This compares some different cars, two Teslas, a Honda Accord, and a BMW. The yellow is going to be the upfront, okay? It's equally about as high for the BMW 6 and the Tesla S. Then you have the Tesla and Honda in the middle there. One thing that really sticks out, though, is the insurance, especially for the Model S. Look at how much insurance you're going to be paying. Much more, maybe twice as much in the BMW 6 Series, believe it or not. And the Tesla Model 3, even though touted as a safer car probably than anything else, the Honda Accord, yeah, twice as much to insure over the Honda. It's just that these Tesla cars have a lot of tech in them. A lot of people try taking a Tesla to go get worked on at your mom and pop, mechanic down the road. That's not going to happen. So you'll have to go to the specialty shops or go back to get it worked on. As far as the infrastructure for electric cars, the infrastructure is just not here. When the day comes, I would maybe consider getting one of these vehicles if the price goes down, because right now, the cheap Tesla being $35,000 when you can go out and get a freaking Civic or a Corolla for $15,000, less than half that. Nah, it's just not, from a cost perspective, it's not a good value. If they drop down and they're under $20,000, okay, I might consider getting an electric car one day. But also, you got to look at it this way. There's not an infrastructure. You can't roll into a gas station and plug your car in. There's not an infrastructure right now. There are charging stations, but I would say, where's Tesla based? California. So maybe in California, the center of the smug in California, the center of smug culture there, yeah, you might, have a lot of charging stations and everything like that. But I'm curious on how a future like this would look. and the future in general, if we, got rid of like gasoline, what you would pay for electricity, you would go to these places and you would plug your vehicle in. Let's say you're going on a long, like a cross country road trip. Right now, an electric car going cross country, a lot of it's just not feasible. It's just not, because there's not really there's not charging stations readily available like gas stations. And then you got to look at like the power grid. If everybody converted over from a gasoline to electric, you'd have to look at the power grid. There's a lot of things in the infrastructure that would have to be changed to accommodate this. But now, for even though what it is, I mean, Tesla's kind of like the redheaded stepchild, of the auto industry. Well, maybe that's not the best comparison, but they're just out there. If you roll up in a Tesla, I just don't see, like, I just don't. I mean, a lot of you are really big in electric cars. I think Dumas came by and said he has a Leaf, but yeah, I just don't see the huge appeal unless, you're really, because like, look at the upfront cost. You're paying a lot up front. Maybe you save some money later, but these electric cars, they're pretty expensive for what they are. And unless they really drop down, because having to pay, I haven't looked at prices lately. Maybe they came down a little bit. I don't know. Unless they can get 1:1 to a ratio. And I think there was a $7,500 tax credit, wasn't there? That went away. So isn't that weird that the price of the Tesla is going down a little bit after the tax credit is taken away? Because actually it'd probably be a little more now considering the tax credit. Yeah, so I just don't know. I will say that it doesn't mean I hate electric cars. I think there's a possible future. Everybody says like, hey, we're eventually going to get off of gasoline and go to electric. How about the mining of the batteries? To a lot of people that think these cars are actually a lot more friendly to the environment, look at all the mining of the batteries that goes into that. And also, when you got your car and the battery goes dead, let's say you got a Prius, and it's not like I said, you can go down to AutoZone and get you a $100 battery. When your battery craps out in a Prius or something like that, you're talking multiple thousands of dollars to replace it. There's used Priuses right now that are practically almost worthless because their batteries are starting to fail. So you're telling me that actually isn't hurtful for the environment when you have all these Priuses just stacking up in salvage yards and everything? Like, that's not hurtful for the environment? So yeah, I had to correct someone that came by the comment section that came by and actually was telling me that these cars weren't at all hurtful for the environment. But no, it's just everyone wants to be smug and think that what they're doing is so much better than what everyone else is doing. When the fact of the matter is, maybe just not getting a giant SUV and maybe getting like a small economical car on gas is, a lot better than actually just going out and getting one of these electric cars. Like I said, they'd have to make a lot of changes. The batteries would have to be a lot less expensive. There's so many things here that you have to look at outside of like the sales pitch, and now you got Boogie 2988 doing the sales pitch for them, because like I talked about with Kenny, I don't know if it's as drastic as maybe him getting the car free and actually not keeping it from us, but there is some kind of sweetheart deal. I can almost guarantee you, Boogie 2088, who got his teeth, he got his chompers for free, is not having to pay the full price for that. I would bet almost everything I have that Boogie is literally not dipping into his wallet and paying the full price of that. And if that's the deal, let's say he's paying a fraction of like that with the advertisement, then it's messed up that he's actually claiming that he got this car and he's crying about it and people are donating him their dollars to help him towards this $100,000 purchase right there.